Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to our lecturer, Dr. Muhammad Ifat bin Muhammad Ghazali, and dear fellow friends. I would like to thank our lecturer, Dr. Muhammad Ifat, for giving us this golden opportunity to present and do research concerning the technology of biomass. Now, I would like to introduce our group members. First is Nurul Takifah binti Nasari 1170273. Second, Nur Fatihah binti Zainal Fitri 1170282. Third, Atia Sakinah binti Masran 1171460.
Nowadays, energy is very important and it's used in many ways. Currently, fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas are represented as primary energy source. The primary energy source will be depleted within 40 to 50 years later. It also will damage the environment through acid rain, global warming, and smoke. In 2016, the total energy comes from 80% from fossil fuel, 10% from biofuels, 5% from nuclear, and 5% from other renewable energy. The use of renewable energy sources is becoming increasingly necessary. Biomass is one of the earliest sources of energy with specific properties. Due to the environmental damage, renewable energy is introduced. Biomass is one of the renewable energy.
Biomass is an organic material that comes from plants and animals, and it is a renewable source of energy. There are many types of biomass. Firstly is the product of wood.
Renewable source of timber and the products of wood such as wood chips are burned to produce heat, while in industry it's burned to produce and to generate electricity.
Secondly is agriculture crops and waste.
For agriculture crops and waste, large amount of waste produced by farming sector. The materials are either converted to liquid biofuels or burned indirectly to generate heat and electricity.
Thirdly is food and household waste.
In food and household waste, it usually disposed at landfill site.
Nowadays, the waste will be burned at power stations to produce electricity or converted into biogas. Lastly, animal manure and human waste.
Animal manure and human waste, it also can be converted into biogas and burned as fuel.
Method of technology. There is a plenty of technologies that has been improved to consume the biomass resources. These vary from direct combustion in burner systems to the production of more advanced biofuels, for example pyrolysis, through a variety of processing techniques. Biomass solid fuel also can be burned to generate electricity in typical Rankine cycle. The simplest way to extract energy from biomass is the combustion process, when the energy will be converted to the electricity. The chemical energy of biofuel will be converted to heat and pressure of steam in heat exchanger during the combustion process. The steam produced will be moved to the turbine that is linked to a generator by a shaft. Besides, there are also several technologies used in converting biomass, which is combustion, fermentation, gasification, and pyrolysis. For direct combustion, it provides heating, but it can also be used for electricity generation. Fermentation. This process can be applied on some sugar-producing energy crops to yield ethanol. Pyrolysis. It is a fundamental thermochemical process to convert solid biomass to more useful liquid fuel called bio-oil that can be applied in existing oil-fired burners for generating heat and electricity. Gasification. It involves subjecting solid biomass to hot steam and air to produce a gaseous biofuel. This gas, known as synthesis gas, can be burned for heating, electricity production, or may be further converted to act as a substitute for almost any fossil fuel. Next, there is also some improvements made in biomass technology. For the conversion of woody biomass into biofuels, there are several barriers that have prohibited the effective conversion of biomass, which is lignin. a complex compound found in cell walls that holds the plant cells together. These compounds, as well as their closely packed cell cluster, prohibit the access to the plant carbohydrates that could be cleaved into sugars that will be fermented into biofuels. Recently, the lignin barrier has successfully been removed by a team in Purdue University. The discovery was reported in the Journal of Plant Biotechnology, Journal and Biotechnology for Biofuels. Possibilities of the method. For the method of hydrothermal carbonization (HTC), this process has shortened the time taken for the formation of coal from more than 100 years to just in hours. This technology applies adequate temperatures and high pressures in converting high moisture biomass into solid fuels. With the existence of HTC facility, it is possible to replace the fossil fuel for generating heat and electricity in the future, especially cooking goods in the industrial applications, for example, foundries and smelters.
Is it only the government sectors contributes in the development of biomass industry in the futures? To achieve the position as a green hub in the world map, all sectors in Malaysia should play their roles respectively. Malaysia's government has provided a lot of initiative to make it easier for all sectors to join it together. We can see from the National Biomass Strategy, a strong linkage can be built between the government ministries, agencies, private companies, financial, and the NGOs. Also, the participant from the academic level, which is institution and university. This strong linkage actually give a lot benefits to the development of biomass industry in Malaysia. And also, the advantage from this involvement of the both sectors is we can enable to access how Malaysia can develop into a higher level industry and opportunities by utilizing the expertise and skills that have long existed among the Malaysian. Malaysia is well positioned to generate large volume of biomass. Moreover, the type of biomass are also diverse. The development of biomass industry in Malaysia was significant and demonstrating an increasing growth. However, it was yet to achieve a satisfactory level of expansion and commercialization. The biomass industry in developing countries such as Malaysia should be carefully planned and developed to achieve developed country status by the year of 2030. Contribution from all the sectors, including academia, economical field, to solve and manage the existing challenges and problems that biomass industry face. As a Malaysian, we can do to support these ideas by maintaining the ecosystem and the economy, because we can never achieve the success mentioned if there is still present social awareness barrier among the nation.